Hi everyone, Brendan here. Today I'm high on the slopes of Mount Taranaki, hiking to Syme Hut in winter. I'm going through deep snow and up steep, treacherous, icy slopes, all in an attempt to get some of my best astrophotography shots ever. So, yeah, that's why I'm puffing. You know it's cold when the ice is on the floor inside the hut. Well, here I am. Made it to the car park at Dawson Falls Visitor Centre and heading off up to way up there, Phantom's Peak, to Syme Hut. Time is just after 3 o'clock, 13 minutes past 3. About 3 hours later than I was originally planning, but hopefully you can get up there. And the main concern that I've got today is the icy conditions, but I've got crampons and ice axe. Yeah, so we'll see how we go, and hopefully can make it there. If it gets too icy, I can always turn around and come back down. But beautiful day, perfect weather. I can't believe how good it is. Not a cloud in the sky, brilliant conditions. This is the Phantom's Peak track on All Trails. I use this website for planning and the app on my phone for navigation. It's rated as hard, with alpine gear required in winter. And you can see from the animation that it starts easy at Dawson Falls, but gets progressively harder as you go on. Thousands of stairs make it challenging. But this last section, where in winter you're going through deep snow and ice, makes it very challenging. The plan was to get there around sunset, but the conditions slowed things down, and I made it as far as Syme Hut, arriving well after dark, something I definitely wouldn't recommend. So, Phantom's Peak, Syme Hut, 3 hours and 30 minutes. Attention, Stony River route closed due to severe erosion and storm damage. Well, not going that way. It's a bit of an unusual place to put the sign right there, but hi Bass, kia ora, welcome. Have you got all you need for a safe trip? Yep. Danger, do not proceed under adverse conditions unless properly equipped and with an experienced leader. Nice little stream. This is the first time for me to come this way and to go up to Syme Hut. So last winter I did try once. Ended up not going because there was quite a high avalanche risk danger that particular day. So I ended up going to Stratford Plateau instead and went up to the ski field, got some good shots up there. It'll be interesting to see too how many people are at the hut, or if there's anyone else up there. It's a case of first come, first served up there. Yeah, but with it being a Wednesday midweek, I'm not expecting there to be too many people up there. Syme Hut, turn right, lake dive, lower track, straight ahead. Yeah, the hut's burnt down and still hasn't been rebuilt. Burnt down September 2020. I'm getting there slowly. Track's just gradually starting to open up a bit. One thing I've noticed is there's been a lot of bird life, wood pigeons in particular, and a few tuis, other birds around. So that's been cool. Seems to be a lot more birds around here compared to the Puakai Tarns track. Quite similar in some ways, the track so far, in terms of being quite enclosed. No mountain view yet, but I think pretty soon it's going to open up and I'll get a good mountain view, which will be good. It's one of the things that I don't enjoy so much about the Puakai Tarns track, is that 90% of the way up you can't really see anything and you're just in the bush, and you can't see the mountain until the last sort of 5 or 10 minutes or so. But yeah, I think in about maybe a quarter of an hour we'll be getting into a bit more open area where we'll be able to get some good views. That was a wood pigeon, I don't know if you heard that, and that was a tui, or some tuis. Yeah, there's been quite a few around, so that's good. I've heard though that this is one of the tougher hikes in terms of steps, the stairs, one of the tougher hikes in New Zealand. I forget, they did a bit of a ranking, a bit of a poll online on recently, and I think yeah, there were quite a few people voting for this as being the toughest in terms of stairs. I didn't get it in at number one. I can't remember. If anyone's listening to this, maybe remind me in the comments, or let me know what you think is the toughest hike in New Zealand, especially in terms of stairs. The actual summit hike of Mount Taranaki is often considered the toughest day hike in New Zealand. I've done that only once, but keen to do it again at some stage next summer. And I think with Puakai Tarns, There's about 6,000 steps, I think. So I don't know how many steps there are on this one. It might be something similar. Just step after step after step. Not sure whether having steps makes it easier or harder. It's less likely to slip over, I guess, especially if it gets wet. But it's quite hard on the legs, going up and coming down. Oh wow, that's awesome. That's where I'm going, up there. In memory of Sir Edmund Hillary, passed away in 2008. Rest and remember the great mountaineering feats of the men of the Mount Everest expedition led by Sir John Hunt, and particularly of Sir Edmund Hillary and Tenzing Norgay, who reached the summit on May 29th, 1953, erected by the Mount Egmont Alpine Club. Nice little seat. Plane going over. I'll be getting a good view. 4 o'clock. Carry on, right? And getting close to 4:15, so we're going an hour. So, getting there, just plodding away. I always find the first sort of half an hour the most difficult. Just the body protests, and it's kind of like saying, "Are you sure you want to do this?" But then you just get into the swing of things and you get moving. It gets a bit easier. Bit of ice there. Must be close to 0. It's about 5 degrees at the car park. Oh yeah, gee, a lot of ice there. That's rough take. And more ice. I didn't expect to see ice so quickly. Oh, you can see Tongariro and Ruapehu, Narahoi, off in the distance. Beautiful day. Book a shelter. Beautiful view. Getting there. Shadow of the mountain. Looking pretty cool. So it's getting quite icy and snowy. So I'm going to put my crampons on now. Right, well that took me a while, but I have put all my clothes on, as you can see. Got my proper pants on and got my crampons on, and today I wore my good stiffer boots, the lower Tibet boots. Temperature's starting to drop, it's 5:10. So I will crack on. I've got my gloves that I'm going to put on as well. Yeah, definitely feel a temperature drop, but I can just keep on putting more and more layers as I need to. Get in there. I've just come from down there. To the right we've got Kapuni Lodge, which is private over there, owned by, I think it's the Taranaki Alpine Club. And then that's where I'm going, Phantom's Peak track. You can just see the peak of the mountain up there, Mount Taranaki, and Phantom's Peak's just over the ridge. And look at that, beautiful sunset. It's the peak of the mountain shadow with a anti-crepuscular rays, I think they're called. The rays that are in the opposite direction of the sun. And down there, I think, is Hawara and the coastline. Anyway, better carry on. So, these are the steps that section that I'm up to. It's quite challenging. Like, they're quite steep. So normally, you know, if there wasn't the snow, you'd be able to put your whole foot on the step. But because of the snow and crampons that I'm wearing, I'm having to walk sideways. Like this. This stage, it's not too icy, there's a bit of give in it, so I'm feeling good to carry on, and I'm getting there slowly. I know I keep on saying that, it just feels slow progress. So the summit is to the right, Phantom's Peak is to the left. From here it looks like Phantom's Peak is higher than the summit. So I'm past the stair section, and yeah, it's a little bit slushy. It's sort of take a step forward and then you're sliding back just a little bit. So it's making it quite challenging. As you can hear, I'm puffing. I'd say I'm about 3/4 of the way there, probably another hour to go. There's hardly any wind. I just had a puff of wind just then, but I was worried about it being really windy, but it's not really windy at all at the moment anyway in here. So hopefully it stays like this. Oh, I'm pretty tired, catching my breath. The finish line is in sight. 50 metres to go according to the All Trails map. It's taking a bit longer than I thought. It was a lot steeper earlier on, and it was sort of like Scree, but the snow version of Scree, where you take one step forward and half a step back, where you're just sliding. There's some places where it would be crusty and icy, which made it easier, but a lot of the way it was just like you take a step and you just slide a little bit and sink in about 10 centimetres with each step. So yeah, that's why I'm puffing. There was a section just before this where I turned the camera off. It was too steep and icy to safely film without a helmet mounted camera. At one point, every step dislodged clumps of icy snow that slid away into the darkness below, making the scudding sound that slowly faded. I'll never forget that sound or that sight, and I knew that if I slipped and didn't self-arrest immediately with my ice axe, that would be me sliding down the mountain. So it's just behind me, Syme Hut, nearly there. I'm glad it's nearly there because I'm looking forward to having a break when I get there, having a cup of coffee and a bit of a lie down, have a rest for a bit, and yeah, catch my breath. It'll be interesting to see whether there's anyone else there. I don't know whether there's anyone else there. Either way, I don't mind, but yeah, if there's someone there, nice to have some company. If not, peace and quiet to myself. So yeah, we'll see how we go. I made it! Oh, what a hike! Oh, looks like there's no one there. If there is, we don't have any lights on. Syme Hut! Woohoo! Oh, I'm so happy to see you, Syme Hut. Frozen solid. Next challenge is to get in. Oh, it's not too much ice. Shouldn't be too hard. Yeah, you got it. Sticky door needs fixing. Right. Rightio. Oh, so I'm here at Syme Hut. Just arrived about a quarter of an hour ago. I've unpacked my bag already and got my sleeping bag out as soon as I could, everything, and put my warm clothes on. My hands in particular are freezing cold, so I'm going to jump in the sleeping bag in a minute. I have also put the jet boil on. Well, it's actually a bushbuck tomahawk jet cooker, but yeah, boiling up some water so that I can use that as a hot water bottle, and also have a cup of tea, or well, I'll probably have a cup of coffee, I think. And yeah, so I'm just going to put my feet up in a minute, have a bit of a rest before I do some astrophotography. But here's the hut. I've already put some candles on. Some people left candles behind, and I've got some matches with me. So, but check this out though. It's so cold in here. There's ice on the floor. That's how cold it is. I mean, it's warmer in here than it is outside. But yeah, you know it's cold when the ice is on the floor inside the hut. There is a water thing, but I imagine it's probably frozen. I'll have to check it later. But I've got I can melt snow if I need to. Anyway, so I am going to jump in my sleeping bag, get my hands warm, and yeah. Priority one is just warming up. My hands are freezing cold. Even though I had gloves on, they've gotten really cold, even just especially since taking my gloves off to open the door and everything. Ah, it's good. That was some ice falling off the roof. What's the time now? Nearly 10 o'clock. Marcy Garang. So there's no heating in this hut at all. So that's why there's so much steam. And that's why I'm all rugged up. Very nice. Very good. Good morning, everybody. Well, I managed to get a few hours sleep. It was a bit cold last night, but my sleeping bag, I'll show you later when it gets a bit more light. Sleeping bag did pretty well, kept me pretty warm. But look at that view out there. What a view to wake up to. So I'm going to go outside and try and take a few shots. Because yeah, it's looking pretty cool out there. Cool in more ways than one. You can probably hear the wind whistling. The wind's picked up a bit from what it was when I first arrived last night. And yeah, it's quite windy out there now. But I'll head out and try and get a few photos of the sunrise. So as you can probably hear, the wind's quite strong now. Beautiful sunrise. Got some good shots. Think about that. One thing that I noticed is these pockmarks on the door. So I'm assuming that's from people using ice axes to chip away the ice to get inside. I've seen photos of it when it's been, you know, that sort of situation where they've had to dig their way in, and you can see a little bit of ice just there. A little bit of ice. It's also it's on this side, on the other side, but you can see there it's fallen down onto the ground. I think that window might actually be boarded up. But there is like a window behind there. Yeah, heaps of ice on this side. During the night I could hear it falling down, crashing, chick sound, and that's the toilet over here, which is just a long drop. I don't know how they empty it. Oh, it was reasonably clean. I thought it might have been in worse shape, but yeah, that's the outhouse toilet. Nothing flash, but good job. My first worry people have accidentally forgotten the door, or somehow the door is blown open, and all the snow and ice has gone inside there into the toilet. It's about -3 I think outside, and -1 inside the hut, but the wind chill factor makes it feel more like -10, -15. You really do need crampons for sure. You can hear it crunching, it's quite icy. And some of these ridges here, it's quite a long way out there. One slide down there. See the mountain shadow over there. Taranaki coastline. Looking north, up the coast up there, and yeah, that's looking south there. I got some good shots last night, hopefully they come out well. Time for some breakfast. then have to start getting down. I'll give you a little bit of a tour as well of the hut inside. Oh, hands cold. So this is the foyer area, I guess you'd call it. There's water here and I was surprised that it didn't freeze up. But yeah, please conserve water, and you have to boil the water if you want to drink it. Just take my crampons off and then I'll show you inside. So, got my crampons off, so I'll show you inside. And as I mentioned last night, there's ice on the floor. My drink bottle froze up a bit, one of my drink bottles. But yeah, it's I wouldn't say cozy, but it's sheltered from the wind. So 1, 2, 3, I think maybe 6, and then 6 up there as well, another 6, so 12 bunks I think altogether. This is my new Syme Hut Alpine sleeping bag, rated to -29. I was about right in it last night. -29 is the extreme survival rating, but it's supposed to be, I think, -20 for comfort rating, but I don't know about that. But I think the mattress, especially the first hour or two, was quite cold. So yeah, there is a window behind those boards. I've got it boarded up. Yeah, table, some chairs, a logbook, which is actually brand new. So for this new logbook, on 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth person here. I brought my own candle, but there were a few left behind. I'll leave my candle behind rather than carry it down. Kitchen bench sort of space there. Got my jet cooker there, which I'll boil up some more water soon for breakfast. Coffee. Someone in the logbook in the comment section noted hut needs some love, and yeah, I would agree with that. A little bit in need of some love for sure. It's not too bad though, given its location. It's difficult to get to, but yeah, one day I guess they'll put some sort of log burner fire in here, make life a lot easier or a lot warmer. Bit of information about the history there. So yeah, that's the hut. What a view, eh? Kellogg sustain energy from whole grains. Sounds good to me. I buy these little packets, they're quite handy for hiking. Buy them in a box with I think 8 different assortments. And then I use the instead of bringing powder milk, I just use these coffee sachets for milk for the cereal. 8 o'clock already. Doing it quite a thorough boil, maybe overly thorough, but I don't trust that water supply. hoping that wind drops off. So it'll be a bit easier when I head down. Very good. So I was up till about 2 in the morning last night doing astrophotography. Got some good shots. Hopefully the panorama that I've done comes together really well. Yeah, it took me a while to get sleep with the wind and just trying to warm up. So I think I got about 3 hours sleep. Not feeling too bad. I'll be able to catch up on sleep later when I get home. And I'll sleep in tomorrow morning. Last night I had a cramp. First time I think I've ever had a cramp when I've been sleeping. Hamstring cramped up. I think just from the exertion of hiking up. I did try to stay hydrated and had some electrolyte drink that I was drinking as I was going up, but probably should have drunk more, especially when I arrived. I do have more electrolytes with me, so I should have made up some more when I arrived last night and use that to try to, hydrate better rather than just water. I'm not looking forward to the hike back. It's going to be hard work. Should be easier though, definitely, than coming up. Just hopefully it's not too icy. I think by the time I get away it'll probably be 9 o'clock, and by then it shouldn't be quite as icy in terms of like firm, because yeah, what you really don't want is super hard ice when you're going down a steep slope. Oh, that coffee's good. Oh. Doesn't take much to please me with coffee. I'm happy with instant coffee. Rightio, just after 9 o'clock, and I'm going to start heading down. Hopefully it's not too icy and not too windy. It's pretty windy out from up here, but should be alright. Just got to take things slowly and carefully. It's been an amazing time here at Syme Hut. Things to make sure too that I close the door properly. Jammed. Not getting it closed. Just had to give it a good slam. There we go. Wow, what a day. Full markers. Like this the whole way, it'll be smooth sailing. Bit of a hard crust as you can hear, but not too bad. Up from the wind. Sunglasses, so beautiful. Way up there towards Raglan and Auckland, up that way. The market poles, they're all numbered in case there's trouble. You can let the schedule know. 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah. It's good that they've got these market poles. Really does make it easier to stay en route, especially when it's winter like this. You can see all of the ice on the marker poles, but yeah, just with the snow and these conditions, Tongariro in the distance looking majestic. Taranaki up there. I've never done a winter summer. Need to get more fitter, I think, and get more practice in what I've just been doing. The core just sink in. So there's marker pole there. Where is the next marker pole? There it is down there. I was following the footsteps. We're going in slightly the wrong direction. So it gets steeper from here, as you can see. So I'll put the camera away, I think, and focus on getting down safely. There's the marker pole down there. There's a bit of a, what do they call them, deer traps? Down quite. At the top of the ridge. I don't know if you can see how steep that is. It's pretty steep. Not too icy. So it's got to be careful. Put the camera away properly though after this. Yeah, just a long way down. At least it's not a long way down there. And you can see the Lodge. See the boundary. Get to the stairs. So yeah, it's a lot easier going down than coming up, than going up. That's where I've come from, up there, and a little bit icy in a few places, but not too bad. Definitely a lot easier coming down. What a view! I think this is the clearest I've ever seen it. It is so clear today. In that direction, I don't know if that is the North Island or if that's the South Island. I mean, Wellington, I'm not sure where Wellington would be, but whatever the case, you can see for miles. I've put the ice axe away as well, don't need it anymore. The biggest challenge now is getting down without tripping over the stairs, and just watching out for icy patches. But yeah, through the hardest part, the steepest part. So it's nearly 11 o'clock, so I've been going for 2 hours and making good progress, a lot faster coming down than it was going up. Just got to be more careful coming down that I don't trip over. Still quite a lot of snow. The wind's dropped right off, so that's good. And it's warming up. Probably noticed I've taken off quite a few layers. A few birds around. You can just see that ridge. That's Phantom's Peak, where I come from. The ridge behind the ridge, I mean. There's two ridges. Snow starting to thin out a bit. But you can still see, yeah, all the way around. I can hear a bird. It's gone now. I think that might have been a pipit or a fern bird. I'm not sure. If anyone knows, let me know in the comments. Didn't actually see it, but could hear it. So a little bit under an hour to go. Endless steps. My knees are holding up pretty well, so I'm glad about that. There's another bird chattering. Not quite sure what it was. Made it. Phantom's Peak, Syme Hut, 3 hours 30 minutes. Well, I did it in about 3 hours 15 coming down, 5.5 going up. Oh, wow. I think in terms of, especially the going up part, was actually harder than the summer climb that I did of the summit a couple of years ago. It's the visitor centre. I don't really have time to go in at the moment, but I have been in there before, and they've got a replica of Syme Hut that's in there, and some information about Syme Hut. Yeah, that's where I come from, way up there. Hard to believe it. Back at the car, yay. Well, if you enjoyed the video, subscribe, like, put a comment below. Love to hear from you. and hope you enjoy the photos in the video. Beautiful day, hardly any wind. Now, I don't know whether there'll be wind up the top now, but it was windy this morning. Well, I'm done, I've got to keep moving. Thanks for watching, see ya.